Hello, today we are back here on Grit and Grace, and we are going to be looking at 4 breeds today, and they will be the Isa Brown, the Amber Link, the Black Sex Link, and the Rhode Island Red. Stay tuned because we are about to get into it. These are the birds that have made it to our buy list. Yes, there are many other contenders, but these are our choices. So what is it they all share? Well, they are all uniquely proficient egg layers. They are all cold hardy and well equipped for the summer temperatures, and they're all specifically bred for high egg output. The Isa Brown, let's start with her. Okay, so its origin is in France, starting around the 1970s. These birds can often be mistaken for the Rhode Island Red at first glance. However, as you look closely at them, they are far more of a copper color in appearance than a red. So they are excellent egg layers, surpassing 300 eggs per year. And they are the traditional brown-colored organic eggs that you'll see. So their production comes with a caveat, though, because they are engineered birds. While they are highly productive, they tend to decline after about 2 to 3 years. Just prepare yourself that in the 4th or 5th year, you may want to consider repurposing them for stew birds. They are highly affectionate and passionate birds, and they are docile, mellow, and they're a great pick for families that intend to have personal affection towards their flock. In the Town Line Hatchery Manual, this is the #1 pick for egg production, followed only by the next breed, which is the Amber Link. Now let's move on to the Amber Link. So this bird is derived from crossbreeding Isa hendrix and its genetic line. So usually it will include Rhode Island Reds and White Plymouth Rocks, but sometimes they will use White Island Reds, which is a mix of the first two. So their breeding process is very complex, and you won't be able to breed your own Amber Links to produce a new generation of Amber Links. So if you go this route, just assume that you will be ordering new hatchlings from a hatchery once you retire your current stock. Now, these birds are more lively than the Isa Browns, but they're still quite personable, and they are willing to mingle with you, especially if you have their favorite treats. Egg production will hang somewhere around 300 per year, which is very respectable. Females will grow to approximately 5 pounds and are suitable for confined spaces, but they will also open range really well if you give them that opportunity. Now, let's move on to the Black Sex Link, okay? So here we have 2 versions of this bird, the black and the red. And the Black Sex Link is a result of breeding the male Rhode Island Red with a barred rock hen. Now, when you encounter fresh hatchlings, you can identify the male because it will have a white patch on top of its head. These birds may not actually be the ideal pick for you if you are particularly interested in small, efficient birds with a very docile temperament. They are quite personable still, but they're a bit on the lively side and a little less sociable. So they're an aggressive forager, a good egg layer, and they should produce somewhere between 250 and 300 eggs per year for quite a few years of productivity. As I researched these birds, I found some helpful comment threads that actually indicated that a good alternative to the Black Sex Link would be the Plymouth Barred Rock. So the Plymouth Barred Rock will have the same kind of laying characteristics, climate characteristics, but it's going to be a little bit more sociable and a little more evenly temperamented. So if that's something that's important to you, perhaps consider substituting the Black Sex Links with the Plymouth Barred Rock. Okay, so that brings us to our last breed that we'll look at today. Yes, the Rhode Island Red. Now, this is a very well-known and beloved breed. Technically, it's a dual-purpose bird, but it performs more like a full-blown egg producer. So its origins actually start back in the 1850s with a sea captain named William Tripp, and he purchased a Malay chicken, came back, and bred it with his current stock, and then noted that the offspring actually produced eggs much more proficiently. Time passed, and another poultry breeder named Isaac Wilbur purchased some of Tripp's birds, took it back to his farm, and began breeding it in his process, and ultimately he ended up receiving credit for the naming of the Rhode Island Red that we have today. So this bird makes our list primarily because Mrs. Grit and Grace felt it necessary to add at least one to our flock for a well-rounded flock of birds. These are actually rather large hens when full grown, weighing in about 5.5 to 6 pounds. And they're actually a heritage breed, but they will lay a consistent number of eggs, somewhere in the 250 to 300 per year, which is respectable. Reds are cold and warm hardy, and they make for a great choice for the Midwest or northern states. They're very personable, they are very good layers, and you probably won't regret adding them to your flock. Well, there it is. That's our list. It's 4, our top 4. Or 5 if you want to add or substitute in the Plymouth Barred Rock. And those are the birds that have made our list. Now, ordinarily, we would already have our order in, but we have a big trip coming up in the spring, so we have actually opted to hold off so that we have less birds that we have to seek caretakers for while we're gone. However, if you're ready to go and you're ready to get some birds added to your flock, you should have your order in already, or be ready to get your order in very soon. Get these birds in your cart, get out your credit card or PayPal information, and get these things on order. That way you can have some birds laying some delicious, predictable eggs by the mid to end summer. If you are looking for a place in which to order your birds, I will give to you a few suggestions. If you are in the southeast Wisconsin area, give Abendroth Hatchery a look up. Check them out on Google or search their phone number and give them a call. It's a family-run hatchery. They've got a very tight ship. They run things impeccably. And so far, we've been very pleased with our business experiences with them. Now, if you're looking for a more national or a more regional chain, you can also look up Myers Hatchery or Town Line Poultry. Now, Myers Hatchery, I don't have any firsthand experience with, but my brother-in-law has ordered from Myers Hatchery, and he's happy with his results. His birds came as expected, in a timely manner, properly packaged, and so far, they've had great luck with very little to no mortality. Now, the other one that I've experienced is Town Line Poultry, and what I like from them in my own independent research is that they take a few different approaches that other hatcheries might overlook to differentiate themselves. It's those extra little things that they do, like putting a heat pad in underneath the bedding that they ship the birds in. Now, particularly in the early spring that we're in right now, you can have some cold nights on the mail trucks. Or if they arrive very early to the post office and the post office attendant doesn't call you immediately, well, if you don't have that heat pad, your birds may very well perish because their internal temperature will not be properly kept at the 95 degrees it requires. So that brings me to another point. When you order in your birds, if this is your first time, make sure you call your local post office ahead of time. Let them know a day or two before the birds arrive, or basically when you order them, that the birds are coming. And then the morning when they're supposed to arrive, call them first thing in the morning when they open up to make sure that when your birds arrive, they're in your possession as quickly as you can, because you need to get them home, you need to get their temperature moderated, you need to get them some water and some electrolytes so they don't die. It's crucial, it's imperative, and I cannot tell you how important it is to be prepared to handle this. Okay, that's it. Enough of my rambling. You've heard me talk long enough. I've given you the information I have to give. Now take it and spread your wings. We will see you next time, and until we do, keep learning, keep growing, and keep at it. See you later. Hey everybody, welcome back now. We're gonna talk some chicken talk now.